Day of our work pro- uh, workshop on ReactJS for beginners. Today, we will continue with our event registration backend. Okay, so I will share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
No, ma'am.
Not yet. Okay, let me just try again. Okay, got it now? Is it visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so today let us do the event registration backend. So yesterday we did the front end wherein we take the user input. Today we will see how we take the user input and what we do with it normally. Okay, so backend is very important in any big application. Okay, so any dynamic application, backend is important. So what does backend enroll? So basically, backend does all the process or like storing in the database and which URLs needs to be called, what APIs needs to be written. All of these consist of backend. Okay, so this backend also handles client requests and responses, and we could also use an extra step of validation, user submitted data validation. Like, for example, if all the fields are empty, then what needs to be done? If the all fields are not empty, what needs to be done, etc. Storing, okay, today we will be using MySQL as I already said. So, were any of you able to install MySQL on your system?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Bhupati, what about you? Do you have MySQL workbench in your system? If no, it's okay. You can just give a thumbs up or something. We are not able to hear you. Yeah, great. So now I also sent a few tech stack we will be using in our backend register. I mean backend or the server side coding. So we will see from the beginning how to do it. Okay. I also have MySQL workbench installed in my system, and we will see how to install the related, you know, uh, related packages that we need for our backend, and then how to create database schema and tables, and how we store it. Okay. What code needs to be written to store it. Okay. So let's go to our GitHub. As we already know, readme.md is a very, very important file. It explains what needs to be done step by step. Okay. If you cannot follow along right now due to network issues, you could always refer to this, and you could do it on your own. Okay. So let's see. Okay. The technologies we'll be using are Cors, Express, MySQL2, and Node1. Okay, so Course enables the front end and back end talking to each other. So the back end might block off the request from front end. In order to, in order for this not to happen, we normally use Course. Okay, Express is for API development. Okay, it, we don't have to write so many things. You will get to know as and when we start writing the code. MySQL 2 is for the Node.js to connect to MySQL workbench that is installed in our system. Or if it is hosted, then you could also use those services. And Node1 helps us to automatically restart the server, okay, whenever there's a change. So normally what we do in React is the server automatically updates itself as soon as save is pressed. and then it displays us the new results, correct? But in backend, that doesn't happen. So we specifically need nodemon for that. Okay. So let's go to the setup and installation. Okay, we will close all of these. Okay, and then close all of these. We will be not needing front end right now. Okay, so what we do is we go here. So prerequisite is Node.js and npm installed. So let's say node minus v and npm minus v. We have both installed, and as you already know, we have git. All we have to do is push the changes. That will also happen. So step one is done. Verify if npm is installed. Is done. Since we already have it installed, we don't need to do execute step two. We will go to step three. Create a subfolder called backend inside event registration form project. Okay. Okay. We are taking this to be assignment 4, so we will just do it inside this. Okay. So let's say backend. Okay. Normally, what we do is in huge projects, we have backend separately and front end separately, because normally we differentiate it so that debugging is easier for us as developers. Okay. So now what we need to do is we are done with step three. We navigate to the backend folder using cd backend command. So cd backend. Okay. And we are in our backend, correct? Now let's minimize this and then let's see. Okay. So run npm init minus y. So why do we run this? Why is it so important? So our npm or the node.js automatically creates a file that can track the project name, the version, and all the other dependencies that we will be using in our project. So for example, if you see right now, everything is empty in backend. Okay. Now we will write npm init minus y. Okay. Okay. Now let us see our backend folder. We have a package.json created. Let's see that. Okay. So here you can see, right? Name is called backend. So it will take the folder name, parent folder name. Okay. And version is 1.0.0. That means this is the first version. Description, we have nothing. We could also add it, but we will leave it as is for now. Main is index.js. Okay. And then the script that needs to be run. So what scripts need to be run as soon as I mean, if you okay, let me tell you one thing. So you can actually say, if I give this command, I want this folder to run or this file to run. So I can say, what do you call it? So here I can say start. Okay, nodemon server.js. So when I say npm start, it will automatically start, render server.js to us. Okay. So I could also say, I don't want server.js. I just want to display an image. I can say start and just give some zero point 0.1 JPG. So it will just display us that. Okay. So we can modify what we want in our system. So what command we type and what is the expected result. Okay. So, and keywords, licensing, and then type. Okay. We will not be using common JS. We will be using module. Okay. Sorry. See. Now The next step is verify if cors, express, mysql2 and nodman are installed in your device or workspace. So before we start building, we need to make sure that all the dependencies we are using are installed. So for that, what we need to do is in the backend, we need to say npm list. Okay. We do not have any of the dependencies, correct? So in order to install the dependencies, we are going to run this npm install command. Okay. So we can install all the dependencies at once and keep observing package.json file. Okay. I'll just close the file. Then here. Okay. Just keep observing it. Now, as you can see, we have our dependencies. So we have our dependency cors, Express, MySQL, and NodeMon, and their versions. So basically, what happens is when we are about to run our projects, the package.json gives the hosting website an idea of what needs to be, what are the dependencies, and which versions we will be using. So this helps us in the future when we are hosting. Okay. And also it helps us right now because we might forget tomorrow what dependencies we used in order to create our backend. So just a quick peek into package.json will let us know what are the dependencies that we used to create our backend for this project. Okay. So let's save this, close this. Okay. Now let us see. Okay. We next you can run your npm list again to verify if you have everything. See, we have everything. So there are two ways to verify. One is packet.json, but not everyone knows what exactly it entails. So normally we use npm list and verify if we have all the dependencies here. Okay. Then, so we are done with step 7. We will go to step 8. Create a file called server.js under backend folder to write our code for server side. Okay. So now go back to the Explorer in the backend. Oh, also you can see our node modules being installed and something called package.json. Okay. So now we will create a new file server.js. Okay. Now, once we create it, there's only one file that we normally run in our backend that will have all the code. Okay, that is called server.js. Okay, so what we need to do is as soon as we type in npm start, it needs to compile server.js and execute it. So for that to happen, we go to package.json as I said previously, and here we go back here, and under scripts we say comma and specify it as scripts since it's JSON, not scripts that. And since it is JSON, we have this format, key value pair. Okay, it is nodemon server.js. Okay, any questions until now?
Ma'am,
Yeah,
for white project also we should use same like start nodemon.
yes.
Okay.
So basically, it is just for it doesn't depend on the what do you call it, on the
Yeah.
development server, which development server we use. Okay, so normally the
Yeah.
start is so for example, if we do not give this, we will have to execute nodemon server.js every time we want to open up our um, this one server, every time we
Hello,
want to
Mridula.
launch a hi.
Yeah, it's me, Kishan.
Kishan, I'm not able to hear you properly.
Oh, wait, 1 second, I'll rejoin. Continue, continue.
You can continue, Mridula.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we have our so every time we want to start our server, we would have to execute nodemon server.js. Okay, so instead of that, we can, since we are already using npm start, we could also define it. Okay, so for example,
Okay.
so right now, let's let's take this out. Since we cannot comment in JSON, we just need to delete it. Okay, so we will have to type nodemon server.js. See? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of doing this again and again, we might not remember every time we try to do it, right? So instead of that,
Yeah.
we are already comfortable with npm start. So we can define it here. Okay.
Okay.
And now if we do npm start, the same thing will do. You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will just close it for now. Okay. So
Can you please also give me a chance to code? I would really like to code.
sure.
Not
Let's do it.
this is
Yeah.
last
So
day. Let's see. Okay.
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So now we will we will start writing our server side code in server.js. Okay. So we already know what our dependencies are. Those are course, MySQL, and Express. Okay. We have nodemon, but we will not be using for our actual coding. Okay. It's just for restarting the server. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to import all of these. I'm just going to copy paste it. Okay. Then we will create Express application instance. Okay. It's just like creating an object. Okay. We are going to use const app is equal to Express.
Is
Okay.
Express like a class?
So Express is basically used for handling HTTPS requests. Okay. So for post, get, all these requests, right? From the front end to back end, we are normally going to use Express.
Yeah, but like what type is it? Like it's a is it like no. In JavaScript we can make functions behave as classes. So is it like that or is it just a class?
No, I think Express is a complete platform. Yeah.
No, like
Exactly.
it
So
must.
it's just like yeah, please.
So like in the code I'm telling. So express opening closing bracket, is that like a class or like a function?
No, no. Express is like it's a library of JavaScript things. It's a collection of JavaScript things.
Okay, I'm asking about line number 5. Like we use express opening closing bracket. I know it's a library, but what is that express opening closing bracket?
Okay, in line number
So
5.
Kishan,
Hmm.
so can I try to answer
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So Kishan, so normally what you do is in React, this can either be express or you can say instance. Okay, it doesn't matter. It is just like create, we are importing express items into something called an instance. Okay,
Oh,
it is
so
just
like
an import.
The Express has a default export that since it's a default export, we can import it with any names. It.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Now I got it.
Yeah. Okay. So Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. So we will change it back to whatever it was before, so that there's no deviation from our README file. Okay, so there's no confusion. So next we will add const app is equal to express. We are just creating a express application instance. Next we are going to define our port. Okay, so normally what happens is the default port number that it would take is 3000. Okay, but we are already using 3000 for our front end. So in order to not have issues, we are going to have another port number here. So we are going to say const port is equal to 3001. Okay, it can be anything. Okay, I'm just using 3001 because it is literally an increment of 3000, so it is easier to remember. Right? It can also be 8081. Many times you see this. Okay, I'm just using it for our
So
convenience.
the ports are like, holes in your web server through which the other services can access your web service.
Exactly. So each service will have different ports. So if you also type into Google or search anything, the API which hits it might be on a different port than the front end. The backend might be on
Oh,
different port. The Google Gmail might be on different port. Google Meet can be on different port.
so they are basically doors for other services to access the thing.
Exactly.
Continue.
Yeah. So next, as I told you, course is going to make sure that front end there's no issue between talking between the front end and the back end. Correct? I told you previously. So normally we do that by also using app dot use of course. Okay, this is the default way we are going to use it. Okay, this is okay. Then we also need to allow the server to read the JSON data from the incoming inputs. Okay, normally whatever we exchange will always be in JSON in this instance. So for that, we need to use app.use express.json. Okay, it's already suggesting me the same thing, but let's type it express.json. Okay. So the next step is we are going to define a basic test route for now. Okay, so test route can either be something slash or slash test or anything. Normally what we do is we have a default called slash. Okay, so for example, now what does this do? So app.get, it listens for HTTP GET requests. Okay, then request here, this function request contains information about the incoming request from the user. Okay, next response is what the it is a response back to the request that we send. So for example, I will say I need a list of people. Okay, so what I receive from the computer will be the response here. Okay, and it will be listening to me. So for example, as you already know, Alexa will always be listening to you. Alexa or your Google Gemini, everything will always be listening to you. So in order to say, okay, what needs to happen, you need to activate it. You say, for example, if you have iPhone, you say hey Siri, or if you have Google Gemini, you say hey Google or hey Gemini. So you can set it up. Okay, so whatever I request, that is the incoming incoming request for this one. We are going to send request, and whatever I'm going to receive is the response. It can be a server code, or it can be a list of data. Okay, then what we are going to do is, since this is a test route, we are going to return something very meaningful. Okay, we are going to say response.json would be backend server is running. Okay, any doubts until now?
Ma'am, is it response will come in the JSON format,
Yes.
like return response.json?
So response, we are going to return it in JSON format.
So I
Okay.
have a doubt.
Oh yeah, yes, please, Kishan.
Yeah. So what if like let's just say not always this API will be accessed by one service at a time. So what if like 100 computers try to access this at the same time?
It will still give us the same thing, right? So this is just a test route. So even if you access it at this time, it will return you the same response.
Okay, I
Is it
thought it
what
would.
you mean?
Yeah, like for example, let's just say computer one, computer two, all the way till computer 10 try to access this
Mm-hmm.
route. So now,
Yeah,
should it spawn multiple threads for handling each request?
of course it should.
So then,
Definitely. See, for this instance, everything is happening inside our laptop, inside our own device, workspace, correct?
correct.
So we are not going to be like we haven't hosted it yet. So for example, if you take any of the hosted services, okay, so we can have multiple tabs. Okay, each tab will create a separate thread for each of the response and request.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, yeah,
so
got it.
there might be a delay. There will be a delay because we are not as optimized as Google or GitHub. Okay, but there
Okay.
will always be a separate thread for each of the requests. And once that request is closed, the thread will also be closed.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so now we have to also add server listener. Okay, normally after getting all the, okay, we will just do one thing here. We will say test route. Okay, just for our reference right now. Okay, so without adding the server listener, it won't know what exactly to do. Okay, so let us see here. Okay, so npm start. Okay, it is waiting for changes. Okay, now we have given our port. Okay, until now everything is okay, but the server.js doesn't know where to host it. So in
So
order,
without
yeah,
that, without app.listen, it like everything would be defined. What to do, everything would be defined, but it doesn't
yes,
actually run the API.
yeah, it doesn't know where to host it. So let us say, for example, localhost 3001. Oh no, wait, this is something else. Wait, see, it isn't hosted yet, correct? It is
Yeah.
trying, but it isn't hosted. So it needs to know where to host it. Okay, that is only possible if we add this particular piece of code, app.listen. Okay, so now we
Yeah.
will copy that and then we will paste it here. And now,
So
see,
it's like
here you can,
the port where it looks for the requests.
yes. So it needs to know where exactly it needs to do, what it needs to do. Okay, see, now it says backend server is running, correct?
Correct.
So basically, we are seeing this, correct? We are
Correct.
seeing this, correct? So now we could also say we can change this to test.
I have another
And
doubt now.
yeah,
So if we put string data inside the .json function in line number 13, then what is even the
uh-huh.
use of using response.json? Can't we just do return backend server?
You could, but the point being is we are not going to return it in the, we are trying to do it as per the real world scenario. Okay.
Yeah, but
In the real world, yeah, yeah,
I
please tell me.
yeah, I do agree, but I just have one doubt, which
Okay.
is
So, yeah, tell me.
so like if we are not actually passing in JSON data, let's just say yeah, if we are not
Mm-hmm.
passing any objects, like key
Uh-huh.
value pair objects, then what is really the use of .json?
See, JSON is a very light threaded data exchange technology. Okay. So you can also use XML. It's not an issue. But the point is, JSON is way quicker. Okay. So it might also just be a string. It might just be key value paste. It doesn't matter. Okay. But
Oh,
JSON is very, very quick. Okay. I will send you a
oh,
link for JSON. Okay.
Actually,
That
Kishan,
is you.
I created an API yesterday, but the output was not JSON. It was just a list. Okay, but
okay.
it is okay. Privately I can give it to Mridula and she can make a application out of it. But it is not an international standard. Okay,
Yeah, it will
and
be very slow.
till JSON was really accepted, XML was a standard. Now with JSON, almost practically everybody thinks that JSON is the right way to provide the interface. Okay.
Okay, but Rudula, can you please try removing rest.json opening bracket and the closing bracket at the end? Like,
You mean
without the
this?
rest. Yeah, only the string. Yeah, like that. Now,
Wait,
will this work?
it's loading.
Okay. So, this is what you referred as JSON is extremely quick.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
So as you can see, it is taking a lot of time. Okay. So if I
Hmm.
do this, okay, if I do this and say 1 2 3 4 5 and then save it, see how quick it was?
So what is the
Oh,
reason?
yeah.
What's the reason for this? This is very interesting. What's the reason for this?
Yeah.
It's
Sir,
because of
as I told you, JSON is very lightweight, sir. So JSON can move across like a lightning, literally like a lightning. So it will just do everything in a jiffy. So literally, if you just update it within a few seconds, it will be accessible all across the globe.
Mm-hmm.
In the real world, I'm talking about. So
Okay.
Uh,
basically, what happens is JSON doesn't have to, maintain the format, maintain this, maintain that. So it just sends whatever you have displayed. Whatever you have updated, it just sends. You need to process the JSON. That's what we will be doing in our next part.
oh, so maybe it would be interesting if we changed backend server to a key value
Mhm.
pair object saying message colon backend server is running like that.
Okay.
Message colon. Yeah, like inside braces because it won't be an object then. Like within the brackets we need to
Yeah,
put
yeah. I'm doing it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This would be kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This is JSON response. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that's what we are using JSON because we in this at least workshop, what we are trying to do is we are trying to simulate what we normally use in the real world. Okay.
Huh.
So see, you can also use nothing. You can just return the message, but you saw how delayed everything was. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay, but we good that you are involving yourself, Kishan. I'm very
Yeah. Thank
happy.
you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So any other doubts?
But I'm not very convinced about that other one, why it is taking so much time. But we'll have a discussion on that later, some other time. Mm.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Because
we will have it, sir.
just a string takes so much time. I'm not very convinced with that argument. Okay. I understand JSON
Okay,
is
sir.
faster than XML, but JSON is faster than a string. That is a little not convincing to me. Okay. Mm.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So next, yeah. So yeah. So we added our app.listen. Okay. So we are able to see it is being hosted in our local host and on port 3001. Okay. Now, okay, we have already started in PM start. So we will next see how to create a schema in MySQL Workbench. Thereon, create a table to store all the information from the front end. Okay,
Oh, this is
let's see
really
how
easy.
much. Yeah. So what we will do is we'll open our MySQL Workbench that we have installed on our system. Okay. So, so just another quick update. I don't think we will be able to finish everything in this particular session. So, could we have another small half an hour session?
No, no, no. You have to do whatever is possible. Mm. Don't
Okay,
worry.
sir. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
okay. Mhm. Yeah.
So now we already have a local instance that was created when I was installing my workbench. Okay. Now what we will do is we will connect to our local instance. Okay. And we have it. Okay. So now what it says, once the connection is successful, the navigator is loaded. So this part is called the navigator, this thing. Okay. So next things, right click on the schema section and select create schema option. So this is our schema section, correct? So now what we are going to do is we are going to right click here and create schema.
Does
Okay.
that mean
So
creating a new database?
yes.
Oh, can we do
So
that? Can't we do that through the MySQL query, like create database and then the database name something?
yes, we could do, but we are just concentrating so that we do not have to learn MySQL for this.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we are just doing it very simply. Okay, we are just focusing on the React part. Okay.
Oversimplified virtual reality.
Okay. So now we will have a new schema or the new database. So we will name it assignment 4. Okay. We will not name it anything else because we will have a correlation to it. Okay. So apply. Okay. Server 1 is configured with okay. So basically, you cannot use any uppercase. So this, if we are going to use SQL query, we are going to use create schema, this particular line as the code and execute the query.
What
Okay.
is really the difference between create schema and create database?
Kishan, to be honest, I really don't know, Kishan. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
doing, I mean, I haven't concentrated too much on SQL part at all.
Okay, yeah, that's actually
You
correct.
can ask me anything about React, anything about JavaScript related to React, but the backend, I can do the APIs, I can do all the other things, but
Kishan,
I haven't concentrated
I'll
much
try
on.
to find out and send by email later on. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue, Mridula.
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute again. Sorry. So now what we did was we clicked on apply. Okay, then there was a pop-up window and then on that we clicked on apply button followed by a finish button. Now we can see our assignment for database or the schema here. Okay. Next, what we will do is we will create a new table in the schema. Okay. We will click on this, click on tables. I mean, right click on tables and then create table. Okay. So this is too much. We will just expand the page. Okay. The table name would be event registration. Okay. And then we will have 3 column names, that is participant name, event name, and event date. Okay. So here we are going to type participant name. Data type would be varchar. Here, varchar of 100. I don't think many people's name would reach the character limit of 100, but let's keep it. Okay. So PK is primary key and not null. So once we will not concentrate on these two, we will just remove this. Okay. We don't need it right now. Okay. Then we need event name, and that would also be var. Wait, where did it go? Oh, it got deleted. Event name followed by varchar 50. Okay. We will change it to 50. Okay. No event name would be more than 50 characters.
I
And
guess
then
varchar, opening closing bracket and the number actually sets the width of the the maximum length the
yeah, yeah,
string can reach.
exactly. So no event name will be more than 50 characters. Correct?
Okay.
It
Yeah.
would be a maximum of Copilot seminar or a Selenium seminar or React JS for beginners. So it's just about 50. So we could still say, okay, in extreme cases, we can say 1,000, but still, normally we are taking an average, I would say.
So
Okay.
in memory, like you can say varchar 50 allocates
Mm-hmm.
allocates 50 for storing
Mm-hmm.
for storing that string. So if I unnecessarily put 1,000, it would allocate 1,000 without any need, so it's waste of space.
Yes, exactly. So that's why we are just putting an average of 50. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I have I have seen people having larger names, so I've set it to 100. Okay.
Okay.
So event date would be varchar 20. Okay. We could also use we could also use date character type, date data type. Okay. But the problem is while with using MySQL with React, the rendering is always a problem. If you type 16th as the event date, it will add +1 and say 17th. So that's always an issue. So we are just going to use varchar for this. Okay.
Ma'am, can we
Now,
use int
yeah.
for date? Can we use int?
Um, no, Gayatri, the problem is it will take everything together. Like we need to have spaces or this one, right? Hyphens in
Yeah.
order to differentiate between year, day, month, and date.
Oh, so
Correct. So
this
in order
makes
to differentiate,
yeah, this
Yeah.
makes sense. So for example, if we use int 16th January 2026 would become like 16012026.
yeah, we cannot differentiate between the date, month, or the year. So in
Yeah,
order to be able to do that, we can use varchar, wherein we can use hyphen or at least forward slash.
yeah. So why can't we just create three different integers for storing the three values?
Hmm.
That will be even better, right?
Yeah, we could do that, but again, as I told you, we are not concentrating too much on that. We are just having it so that we can send the data and then receive it.
Yeah. I just said.
Yeah, of course. There are multiple possibilities, Kishan. We could
Yeah.
always use, we could always say, I will take int for date, I can take, I can take varchar for month. And then year, I can also say, I want it in complete, I don't want digits, you want me to spell it out. We can also do that.
But
There are
this is the
multiple
most.
ways. See, it should always depend on your priority and what the purpose of it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Always. Okay. So right now our purpose is to just establish a connection and make sure our code works fine. Like how to create the code, how to, input the data from our form into the database. Okay. So
Yeah.
there are multiple things. Right now we are not concentrating on MySQL. If we do a MySQL workshop, then of course we can spend hours together on MySQL.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So now we are going to click on apply again, and then you can see the query, correct? You could also note this down, and then when required, you could just use it instead of doing this. You could say, let's copy it, apply, and then execute the SQL statement, finish. And if we click on tables, we have our event registration table.
And that
See, we
query
have
is
a,
supposed to. And that query is supposed to go in the chat.
yeah, of course.
You have
I
copied it.
will be
That's why I
sending
asked.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So this is just a simple SQL query of creating a table. Okay. We also have so many other queries, but we will just be using create and then select. Okay.
Hmm.
Or insert into three. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we are done with creating the table. Okay. Now we need to create the DB connection. Okay. For that, we use MySQL. Here we imported MySQL from MySQL 2, right? So it says MySQL is declared, it's never used. So for that, we need to add this. Okay.
Wow.
Create
This makes
connection.
so much sense.
Yeah. So we will add creating DB connection. Okay. And then here. So normally this one will be unique. Okay. Unique to each of the user. So mine was root and I had no password. And the schema name. You remember the schema name was assignment 4. So we are going to use assignment 4. Okay. We did not use DB. So this is right. Correct? So see, assignment 4. I just wanted to make sure that I spelled it right. Both. Else it will definitely fail connecting to the database and we will have issues. Okay. Now we are done with create connection. Okay. We still have API that helps us to send requests. Okay. Send requests, post, get, push, everything. Okay. So now what we will do is we are going to copy this app.get. So get request. And then we are going to say select star from event registration, or mine was event registration DB. So I have just done that. So assignment 4, and the query would be SQL and the function would be this one. Okay. We will copy it. We will paste it here. Okay. So now what we could do is we can go to localhost here and say list. See, there's no such table because it was not event registration table. It was, does anyone remember the table name? No?
No.
It, it was event registration. Event registration. Okay?
Yeah.
And let's save this and see. There's nothing because we haven't added any data. So let us just try to add some data into this. Okay? Insert into. Okay, I will not do this. I will just. So I have my code here. Into SQL editor. Insert statement. So here I will say there are so many shortcuts to do. So Rudula, event name is Re- ReactJS for beginners, and the date is, let's say, 16/01/2026. And let's try to execute this. Insert into Rudula and fields list. Oh, my bad. My bad. We have to use double quotes. Okay? Sorry, my bad. Yeah. So let's execute this again. See? Insert into what? Correct? Rows affected. So let's go to our website. I mean, our localhost.list and click on here. Whatever I've entered, I'm fetching it. Correct? So how do you fetch the data from the SQL? We use get, app.get. Okay? So now let us also create for post. Okay? So we do not need so much. We can just say, oh God, yeah, we can just say creating get API. Data. Creating post API to add new event registration data. Okay, we'll just do this. And so this would be event registration. I'm going to just do this. Same participant name. Okay. Participant name. Participant, we have event name. My bad, I was playing around and I did not even realize I had all these. Event date, and then that's it. And we need to have 3. Okay. And then
Yeah, whenever you're doing such a example, just you should have three fields or 4 fields only. Yeah. Mm.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not so many
I
fields.
realized it now that I had input everything into one
Yeah.
single thing.
Always you should have just 2 or 3 fields first. Mm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood. So, and then done. Oh, we do not need. Oh, my bad. What happened here? Just a moment, please.
Ma'am, I think it's 2 times in 41 line.
Yeah. 41? No,
It's
no,
two.
no. It is before that. It's results. What is the issue here? Values function. Oh, just a moment.
Okay, never mind. Let's uh, Mridula, let's just try and see where we are. So after this, what
Yeah.
happens? No. So you make this
So
code.
after this,
Hmm.
yeah. So after this, there is about 15 more minutes of coding.
No.
So
Just to understand, just can you just go back
yes, sir.
to point number one of readme.md? So we'll just try to revise.
Yes.
So
Okay.
yeah, quickly, go through the steps that you did. Mm,
Okay. So first we verified if npm and
yeah.
node.js are
So one
installed
is
in our
done,
system.
two is done. We already done.
Yeah.
Three is create
Yeah.
a
So
backend
three
folder. Yeah.
yeah, so we need to create a subfolder so that our
Yeah.
backend and
Done.
frontend
Done.
are
Done.
in two separated places.
Yeah.
And then we use cd backend,
Correct.
and then we use the npm init minus y to generate a file that handles all the dependencies and what
Okay.
needs to be done.
Okay.
Okay. Then
Then
we
course.
see if we have cores, express mysql and nodemon are installed. If not, we install them,
Okay.
and then we add a code into script so that whenever we do npm start, the nodemon server.js file is launched.
Okay.
Okay. So next we did the server.js. We put in the code for
Hmm.
we imported express mysql and cores.
Okay.
We gave the port number. We defined the port number.
Okay.
We registered the course so that the front end and the back end can
Okay.
you know match with each other. I mean, can talk to each other without issues.
Hmm.
And in order to receive, I mean, read the JSON data from the incoming request, we
Hmm.
used app.use
Okay.
express.json.
Okay.
Next, we defined a basic test route to
Okay.
verify if everything is working fine.
Okay.
And then we added app.listen so
Okay.
that we defined the port and
Okay.
where to put it. So where to
Okay.
host our things.
Okay.
So that was done.
Hmm.
And then we created a database or a schema in
Before that,
my
there was
SQL
a
workbench.
NPM start, no? Before that. Yeah.
So we had already started by
Okay.
then.
Okay. Next. Hmm.
Yeah. So you cannot run localhost without starting npm,
Okay.
without doing the npm start.
Uh,
Next, we created
schema.
we had our MySQL workbench already installed in our system.
Hmm.
So with that, we were able to create a schema
Okay.
for this particular assignment, and we created a new table
Hmm.
inside the schema,
Hmm.
which could store participant name, event name, and event date.
Okay.
Next, what we did was we in our
Wait a minute.
server.js,
That new
we
table creation, in which point is it mentioned?
so here, sir, 16.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Why did you write the new
Yeah.
table creation before the DB connection? I think
So we need to
17.
know the table name.
No, not necessary. 17 should
So
come
no,
before
sir,
the table, no?
I just grouped MySQL workbench things together, and then I grouped the
Okay.
coding together, sir.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we could also exchange it.
Okay. Next, 18. Hmm.
17, we created a database connection
Hmm.
with the appropriate username and password and everything.
Okay.
Next, we created a basic API to get and post data into the database,
Okay.
our defined database.
Yeah.
So app.get is for get and
Hmm.
app.post is for post.
Okay. Next.
Next, we need to go back to Here, step 19. The following steps are included as part of front end.
Oh, so server
Please refer.
backend part is it done after line 18? Hmm?
Yes, backend part is done, but we
Okay.
need to
So, but
incorporate these things into our front end.
no, that's okay. That's okay. But how do you know that the backend is done properly? What is the way to test it?
So we can use Postman.
Huh. So I think that was not covered as
So
part of
we,
our session because of shortage of time. But when we
yes.
send out a mail next time, I think we should just include the URL of Postman and a brief of how to use
Okay.
Postman for testing. Okay. I think we can
Okay.
close this session for today. Um I know
Okay.
we cannot cover everything, it's a vast topic, but I sincerely want to thank
Yes.
Bhupate for being patient and sitting through all the 5 sessions. Thank you, Bhupate. Without you, we would not have, this course would not have been meaningful at all. Thank you, Mridula, for your
Yes.
tireless efforts in making this session successful. Thank you, Gayatri, for your support. And Kishan, yes, you missed
Thank you.
all the 4 days, and your questions are very, very sharp, and it will make us to do our homework better. Okay, so please
Yes.
do attend all our
And
sessions
thank you,
next
sir,
time.
for
Hmm?
thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to
Without your
announce.
help, I couldn't have
Yeah.
done it. And I would like to thank Gayatri as well. She posed right questions at the right time.
Hmm.
So I was able to brush my skills up better.
Right. So I want to announce the next session in February. I think it is starting from
Yes.
February 16th. Can you open your calendar?